The morning air smells of wet earth and burnt rubber. Miguel enters the stadium before dawn, as he does every day, not out of discipline, but because sleep never comes. The motel bed reeks of damp. The sheets are coarse. The only thing that calms him is the sound of metal against leather. His English is clumsy. Yes, coach. No, sir. Enough to survive. He's not here to dream. He's here to send money home, to keep alive a mother who hasn't answered the phone in weeks. Out on the field, the floodlights cut the dark like promises that never hold. Miguel collects the balls from the mud and starts throwing, one after another, harder each time. The sound is sharp, precise, like a metronome marking a sentence. That's when he sees him for the first time. Jack Dugan. Dirty tracksuit, long beard, eyes still shining with something broken. He's working the infield dirt, dragging a rake that seems to weigh as much as his life. "Can't sleep, kid?" Jack's voice scrapes like sandpaper. Miguel shakes his head. "No one waits for me." Jack smirks. "Same here. Difference is, I stopped pretending it mattered." For days, they don't say more. They meet only at dawn, between the hum of generators and the smell of disinfectant from the bathrooms. Then one night, Jack shows him how to read the wind. "See those tarps up there? If they move left, the air cuts the pitch. Adjust half a degree." He doesn't say train. He doesn't say, "I believe in you." He just says, "Don't waste strength." Miguel nods. He doesn't need more. He knows Jack isn't trying to teach. He's just trying to feel useful again. When the season begins, Miguel hardly plays. The coach barely looks his way. To the others, he's the quiet Venezuelan, the one who cleans his own bat and eats standing up. Mid-season, he starts coughing. At first, it's just a tickle, then blood. He goes to the ER once. They ask for insurance. He doesn't have any. He leaves without saying a word and buys pills at a pharmacy. Jack notices. "You're burning out, kid." Miguel doesn't answer. One night, Jack leaves him a water bottle filled with something cloudy. "Keeps you standing a little longer," he mutters. "Don't ask what's in it." Miguel drinks. He knows it's not a cure, just a postponement. He plays anyway, muscles burning, head spinning. When he collapses after a throw, he says it's just exhaustion. No one insists. In this sport, those who don't get up just disappear quietly from the lineup. Jack, meanwhile, lives hanging from a thread of regret. Once he was king of the diamond, two-time MVP. Then came the shoulder, the pills, the syringes, the bottle. He never quit out of remorse, only when he ran out of excuses. Every night he drinks, watching the empty field, the lights off, pigeons perched on the stands like ghost fans. When he sees Miguel play, something twists inside him, half jealousy, half tenderness. He reminds him of his daughter. She used to pitch too. Same stubborn fire. He missed most of her games, chose road trips over birthdays, interviews over hugs. She died at 16, and since then he's been living like a man half buried, trying to forget he ever had someone to love. One afternoon, Miguel asks, "Why don't you coach?" Jack laughs, not happily. "Because I don't know how to teach winning, only how to stay on your feet." From that day, Miguel listens differently. Not to win, to endure. The team somehow makes the World Series. Luck, injuries, chaos. The starters are nervous, the reporters dream of hometown heroes. Miguel isn't part of the plan, until a last-minute injury pushes him onto the field. Jack watches from the sideline, sitting on a crate, rake resting on his knees. The night of the final is cold and damp. The crowd roars like the world depends on this game, but Miguel hears only his own breath. The cough tightens. His hands tremble. Jack watches, silent. He knows no one can be saved by proxy. Every pitch is a blow against pain. He doesn't aim for glory, only to stay alive until the last inning. When the decisive moment comes, Miguel doesn't think. He throws. The ball flies, hits, lands in the glove like a mechanical miracle. The crowd erupts. Miguel stands still. No joy, only a sharp pain in his chest. After the game, the locker room is chaos, beer, shouting, tears. He sits alone, unlaces his cleats, breathes slow. The noise of celebration leaks through the door. Music, bottles breaking, victory chants. He takes marker and writes on his bat, slowly, in shaky letters, "Solo quería curarme." I just wanted to get better. Not to be understood, not to leave a message, but because it's the only thing that still feels human in a world that treats him like a replaceable body. He stands, grabs his bag and leaves. Outside, the stadium's empty. Just floodlights and the distant sound of confetti cannons. Jack enters the locker room an hour later. He finds the bat, traces the writing with his fingers, looks around, bottles everywhere, laughter fading. He sits on a bench, opens a beer, and stays still. He doesn't think about quitting. He doesn't think about redemption. He just can't swallow. The liquid sticks in his throat like a stone. He looks at the bat again, then sets the bottle down. Empty. Not for change, but for respect. He walks out to the field. The dirt is torn up, littered with paper and cleat marks. The sky glows with the same dirty light as a locker room neon. He walks to the pitcher's mound, where Miguel spent his nights, and lays his hand on it as if searching for a heartbeat left behind. From the stands comes the echo of distant cheers, distorted like time itself drunk on memory. Jack breathes in. The smell is the same as always. Earth, sweat, disinfectant. He says nothing. There is no lesson, no victory. Just two men who gave all they had, and it wasn't enough. When the lights go out, Jack stays there. A janitor passes with a broom. "It's over, Dugan." Jack nods. For someone, yeah. He smiles, not with joy, but with something honest, tired. He looks toward the empty stands. Somewhere in the dark, he imagines Miguel walking down the road away from the stadium, bag on his shoulder, breath short, but still alive. And for one brief moment, Jack feels that this, not victory, not career, is the only movement that ever made sense. Then he looks down, picks up the empty bottle, slips it into his jacket pocket, and walks away, his footsteps fading into the silence of the night.